We know it's like, hey, have a good September, October, some moments in November, and then ball out in your conference title game, much like Mendoza did to secure the Heisman Trophy. I just look at Miami's path, man. They have an absolute home run derby until November 7th when they play Notre Dame. He has everything he needs to just absolute box score stuff, man, like with Malachi Toney and Cooper Barkate and the
What it do, good people? Welcome to another episode of Dynasty Reactions, where we talk everything Miami Hurricanes football. And once again, we talking about Darian Mensah. This time, his Heisman chances. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Darian Mensah has a chance to go to New York and collect the Heisman Trophy. We got a video from JD and the On 3 crew speaking on Darian Mensah Heisman chances. We're going to get into the video. Then I'll be back with my commentary. Let's get it.
That isn't talked about a lot, though, is the post-spring Heisman odds. They move a little bit here and there. We have BetMGM giving us the odds here, and I think there are some interesting spots here when you talk about the Heisman odds. CJ Carr and Arch Manning still at the top of those things. Trinidad with his eligibility being back in the fold comes in at a third spot. A lot of different places to go here, but I want to know post-spring practice. Do you have any leans? Do you see any value when it comes to Heisman odds at the moment right now?
So I put a wager in on a one Darian Mensah back in maybe like March it was. The odds for him then were plus 1,600. Now they're at plus 1,300. So we're climbing the right direction in terms of value. I just look at the map to get to the Heisman Trophy. And we know it's like, hey, have a good September, October, some moments in November, and then ball out in your conference title game, much like Mendoza did to secure the Heisman Trophy. I just look at Miami's path, man. They have an absolute home run derby until November 7th when they play Notre Dame. He has everything he needs to just absolute box score stuff, man, like with Malachi Toney and Cooper Barkate and the receiving core and the run game. Like, I think he's just going to absolutely do ridiculous numbers. So he'll be in that mix until November 7th. And then you have a good game against Notre Dame. You should be in a pretty good spot to be up in those power rankings in November where you want to be. And then you get to the conference title game. I think it will take Miami winning the ACC and him having flashy numbers to win the Heisman Trophy. But again, man, I just think he has everything he needs at his fingertips. I think everyone's now paying attention to Miami the way that they probably need to for him to win the trophy. So just the map, the ability, the things at his fingertips to go get it done. I'm rolling with Darian Mensah right now, man, as it stands in the spring. I think there's a ton of value, and it might end up being my pick when it comes time for us to make predictions on it.
I think it'd be a great pick. I think there's definitely good value there given where he stands and given who he has to play. I think him and CJ Carr are kind of in the same vein. Well, right now, if you're trying to get some value, you look at both of their schedules and who they have to face this year. As far as putting up numbers, pretty safe to say those two guys are going to have a lot of opportunities to put up some monster numbers compared to the guys on this list that are in the SEC or the Big Ten that have to play some more difficult opponents. So I think it's an interesting balance right now. Do you want to bet on the guys that have the potential to put a bunch of stats up, or if an Arch Manning, if a Julian Sayin puts up similar stats against harder competition, I think they'll get the nod as well there. I think when you look at the two of the last 3 years, when you talk about a Jaden Daniels kind of coming out of nowhere or Fernando Mendoza coming out of nowhere.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there, man. And shout out to On 3 once again for doing a great video. And I just want to touch on some of the things. And it says, why Mensah is a serious contender. Elite production, playing for the Duke Blue Devils in 2025. Mensah threw for 39, 73, and 34 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions, leading Duke to an outright ACC championship. The Miami Spotlight. Miami coordinator Shannon Dawson offense is highly favorable for quarterbacks. Former Hurricane transport Cam Ward used this exact system to throw for 4,300 yards and become the Heisman finalist. Stacked supporting cast. Mensah will be surrounded by elite weapons, including star sophomore receiver Malachi Toney and powerhouse running back Mark Fletcher. Favorable schedule. The Hurricanes 2020 schedule features only 2 opponents that finished with top 30 defenses in previous seasons, clearing a way for Mensah to put up massive statistical numbers. And I think he will do that. And I'm going to keep iterating the same point. There's Darian Mensah at the end of the 2026 season will complete the trifecta. That is Heisman Trophy, that is national champion, and that would be the first round draft pick. This guy, like they say, he has the supporting cast around him. He has the schedule to fit him, and he's in the Miami spotlight. No better place to be a superstar quarterback in the city of in Magic City. So, Darian Mensah, like I'm gonna keep saying, you can go watch my other videos. Darian Mensah will be the Heisman Trophy winner this year, unless that guy he's throwing to, Malachi Tony, just have a superb season, and that could happen. Malachi Tony could just obliterate all Miami records this year and put up such statistical numbers that he wins the Heisman. So I truly expect both of them to end up in New York. I think Shannon Dawson is going to just give Malachi the ball, and he's going to turn Darren Mensah loose, and there's a chance both of those guys end up in New York. I would not be shocked to see Mensah and Tony end up in New York. But again, Mensah just has a great chance being the quarterback, having the supporting cast he has, having the team he has around him, having the schedule he has around him. He has a great chance to win the Heisman Trophy this year. But hey, that's just my opinion. Well, to the next time, Dynasty Reactions Network. And make sure you like, subscribe, share, and please leave all comments below so this channel can grow. And always remember, it's always about you.